I do have to admit that intro is a little hype. It was so hyped it had Lawrence over here actually bobbing his head a little bit to the music. Yeah, he really like that kind of music. But hey, this is a special edition of Tease Take. We normally do Tease Take on Wednesday nights at 8:15 p.m. Me and JT come in and do talk Dallas Cowboys, Alabama, things of that nature. But today we want to spend some time talking about the Dallas Cowboys and a little bit of fantasy football because Lawrence, what was it? A couple of years ago we started the Defender of the Star League. Was it 2 years ago or 3 years?
It was, well, this is the third year. This is the third year.
Okay.
Because I remember I won the first year and then I couldn't defend it the second year. And then this year, dead last.
You had to throw that in there that you won.
Yes, I did.
That's a good deal. Well, I haven't won the league yet. So who do I give props to on being able to name it? Was that Patrick or who actually named the league?
It was either Patrick or it was Camber.
Okay. Well, either way, it's good. It's good. So,
but it fits.
So me and Lawrence are gonna speak on the Cowboys quite a bit. I guess some of the folks had to pop out, got some other things they got to do with work and stuff of that nature, and that's okay because that just means we get to talk about them behind their back too. Well, I guess you can't talk too much because you didn't cut. Did you come in last, or are you like ninth?
No, I think I was last.
Oh, good lordy. Okay.
I think I was last. Let me see about this record real quick. See, I'm so bad I don't even show up on the damn league anymore.
Oh, well, I guess I can look at it. I'm in it really quick.
Well, I think Cam won. Team 6 won the toilet bowl.
Yeah, someone dropped out on us. So. That's okay. Either way.
3-10. I was 3-10.
Oh. Yeah, you were struggling a little bit before then.
Yep. It's all right. It's all in fun.
Yeah.
I can't have to tell myself that when I don't win.
My Dak in a box had 2-11 at the end. Shaft. Okay. Well, so first of all, congratulations to those who actually won the game. Patrick Kahn, I think, was a champion. Our second place with Massey, right?
Yep.
Which beat me for third. So those are the money pool people. They did get it. Speaking of the devil. Yeah, I just talked you up. I was just congratulating you, so I'm not going to do it again.
But that's okay. It's what matters is all that counts. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. So everybody did get their checks and or at least their Venmo back.
Yeah.
Already. So congratulations to everyone for that. And, now we just got to work out the commissioner stuff again, make sure we know who our keepers are going to be if we're doing that and all this kind of stuff. So we're not waiting to the last minute again. So if we're going to keep 3 keepers again.
So 3 of them. That's tough. That's tough.
Too many, dog.
We can talk about that. Dip it down to 2 or 1.
Yeah, that's what I think. Okay. Well. All right, so let's jump to these. So because I want to talk about this stuff before the game comes on tonight. I'm kind of excited about this game that's going to be happening tonight with the Bills and the Bengals. It's just going to be a fun one to watch. I think it'll be exciting. 2 good football teams. Doesn't affect us at all on the NFC side, but I like watching good football. So I want to ask y'all before I give some of my opinions on it. Are you guys worried? Are you worried about where the Cowboys are at, how they're playing right now before we head into the playoffs? Lawrence, you can go first. Are you worried at all? Are you feeling good about this or what?
I do and I don't. And this is kind of where I'm at. Like, part of me says, this team could be 14-2 if not for a couple of just debacles in the second half of games. And then the other half says, well, they're 12-4 because they couldn't hold on to leads in the last part of the game. So the running defense scares me, especially if you go up against a team like San Francisco. Jalen Hurts, they still, say what you will about the guy, but he makes plays out in and out of the pocket. So yeah, actually I'm a little worried. Strangely enough, I'm not worried about Tampa Bay at all if we play them. And that could be just naivete, but I'm more worried about the second round.
Okay. Well, you kind of jumped the gun on my question for you down there about that. But Butch, do you feel the same way, or you're muted though? Can't hear you. You gotta unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. My opinion is a little different. I just don't like to see the inconsistencies. You can't do that in the playoffs. You can't. You don't have the room for the errors that they're giving out right now. Yeah, we're coming out and squeezing some out, but you can't do it in the playoffs. You got to be ready to go. Mistake-free football. Otherwise, you're one and done as usual. You play against a good San Francisco team, or Tampa. Even Tampa's playing hot right now. You don't know what you're going to get out of them right now because they're very consistent. But right now, you can tell they're getting hot. Green Bay, I don't want to touch them right now. Their running game is strong, and Aaron Rodgers always has their number. Boom. So I'm nervous. I'm not feeling comfortable about them entering the playoffs. They really aren't.
Okay. Well, I was kind of borderline on both sides of the fence, but I just feel like our offense, even that we're scoring enough that maybe the ball will bounce our way at some point in time. I made a joke of it that one of those receivers is going to knock the ball up to another one of our receivers.
How many times does that have to happen?
I don't know. But I think the offense, even though it doesn't look like it's really going, or something doesn't fit, maybe like the run game's been struggling the past couple of weeks. We still end up scoring, a good amount of points.
I know 40 seems to be our number. If we hit 40 points, we got it. I know I said that last week, but we shouldn't have to go through that. Our defense is beat up. Everybody's in. There's a lot of players injured. Watching them go, Sam Williams go down. I know he came back in the game, but Micah, of course, is playing injured, and I know he's not mentioning what his real issue is, but he's not himself. You could tell.
No, so let's talk about that overall. Well, let's talk about Micah first, and then we'll come back to the other injuries at different positions.
Right.
Micah, I know he's not saying it, but you feel like he's just beat up. It's just a course of a long season.
It is. Yeah. I'd say that's true. He plays 100% the whole time, so he has to be hurting. He doesn't let up in any plays.
Yeah. Okay. And so, Lawrence, do you think it's that, or is it because of his lack of the same type of production? Is it really just people scheming him now, knowing where he is? He's not moving around. They line him up on the end, playing like a defensive end, so you can find him pretty easy. So they're just pointing to him and saying, there he is.
Yeah, and actually that's exactly where I was going is whether they're doing it by choice or not, but they are not moving him around on the defense right now. And so it's kind of like that first Philly game where they just ran plays right at him and just took him out of the play. They were having a lot better success with him when they had him all over the defense, and the offense had to account for him different ways. So it's I agree with Bush. Like, there's definitely something up with him now. Whether he's just tired and he needs to have a little bit more of a rest during the middle of the game, maybe, I don't know, but they got to move him around. They cannot just keep him at the end spot. They got to move him around.
Totally agree. Well, I wonder why Quinn got away from that. It didn't make any sense.
Well, and so, man, y'all like tossing me these great leads. I love having kind of hosts like that, where you co-hosts, where you just kind of lead me right on into it. So could it be that the linebacker core is still not as strong as they thought it should be, right? Meaning LVE hurt now. Jabril Cox still kind of being sight unseen. You don't know where he is. Bar
Bar.
for a minute, and now they're just saying, hey, look, our best combination is like this. So my question to you is, how much of you guys really watch Damone Clark? And is he gonna if speaking hypothetically, LVE isn't back the first playoff game, are him and are him and Barr gonna be good enough to help us stop whatever running game we see?
Oh man, depends what team we're playing. It depends on that team we're playing. I mean, if it's Tampa Bay in the fifth round, or I'm sorry, the fifth seed, of course we got to stop Fournette. Fournette's a beast, and that offensive line is really working for him right now. And they're going to go right the middle. They're going to go right the middle on us. They're not going to go to the edge. They're coming right straight up at us. They're going to test that linebacker core.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, 1,000%.
Okay. Well, I looked at Damone and watched some of the film on him. And like I say, he's actually gotten better. When the first time he got in there, I think he was deer in the headlights. He's a guy that really, I don't think they expected him to play that much at all this year. Kind of redshirted him. But then we started having injuries and different things, and they had to bring him on up and fast track him. So you could saw it as a player that he was just kind of running around a little bit and overthinking himself a little bit. Hey, I got to do this on the pass. I got to do this on the run. So he just kind of stuck, right? I saw him running out on there. If you go watch the film on all 22, you can see him on running plays actually taking pass drops. He might have made the tackle, but it was just 8-9 yards down the field because he had already started taking off on a pass drop.
Something I did notice, though, Curse has kind of taken some of that role, kind of backing the LB core up a little bit more. He's coming up on the line a lot quicker. So that's a big help. As long as because Curse he's a headhunter. Him and Malik Hooker they're coming in and trying to help that LB core that's hurting right now. So I noticed a little more of that scheme going on with Quinn.
Okay. Yeah, and you had mentioned Jabril Cox, like going into the year, I thought he was primed for like a step up. And for as much of a surprise as Damone Clark has been, it's more surprised that Jabril Cox hasn't taken that next step. Like whether it's a mental part of his game or he's just not getting it. So I mean, what's that?
Is there any intel out there on what's going on with Jabril?
I don't know.
I saw who was that? It was Patrick Walker tweeted out something that he's just having a struggle with the playbook. Like he's not making the right defensive calls. Or at least taking the right angles, and he's just not getting the defense.
Bro, we're 2 years in. He's not a rookie, right?
Yeah.
Remind me next time for me to show you guys what a printed copy of the playbook might look like. Because it's big, I get it, but you've been playing football a long time. You played at a major college. It wasn't like you had to know some knowledge of football.
Right.
And most guys have to learn it in the time of training camp, which is a lot shorter. I was about to say 6 weeks, but they can't do 6-week training camp anymore. It's 3 weeks or whatever it is, 4 weeks. But he's had a whole year and a half. I don't know. It just seems crazy to me that you can't pick up. I got the A gap. I got the B gap.
Yep. And yeah. I'm of the mindset that if you haven't gotten it by now, then you might need a change of scenery.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Has he even been run down on special teams? I don't even know if I've seen him make any big plays.
I don't believe so.
He's been inactive a lot of games.
So when do you cut ties on people like this? If you're the GM, you drafted him. What was he? What round was he drafted in? Third?
Third or fourth?
He should be ready to roll. Should be ready to roll.
Look, I mean, you could say the same thing about Kelvin Joseph, man. Like, he's another one. And he was a second-round pick.
How much time do you give him when you know they got talent? Like Kelvin Joseph, as you said. He got a lot of talent. You probably don't want to let that go to someone else. Maybe he shines, maybe he doesn't. But
man, I'm not seeing what we should get out of him right now. With the mental mistakes on special teams causing, unnecessary flags. That's a problem.
Well, I think if you're asking me what I would do, I probably would hold on to him until the rookie contract was up because you can find someone cheap that has a little bit of talent who can at least be a backup, and he's a pretty decent special team player. Other than making,
Yeah.
that if you're going to get hit with the cap number anyway, might as well just ride it out a little bit. That's
I'll tell you, one thing's for sure. Just kind of, I mean, no, it's kind of skipping way ahead, but I mean, if anything, these injuries have shown them is what they need in this upcoming draft is they need corners and linebackers like crazy.
Yeah.
But you know, corners and linebackers, unless they're Michael Parsons, they don't sell jerseys. So.
No, but they win games.
They can win games.
All right. So what about the corner situation right now? Yeah, y'all comfortable with they're rotating Marshawn and Bland over there?
I'm loving Bland. Loving Bland right now. That guy's special. I don't know where that came from or why he got it, but I love what he's able to do right now. He's saved us a lot of grief the last couple of games, 2 or 3 games actually.
Yeah.
So you shaking your head like you didn't like where we're at in the secondary.
No, I don't. I was never a big Anthony Brown guy, but I'll tell you, I miss him, and that's saying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I think
miss Jordan Lewis a lot too.
Yeah, we definitely could be in a better spot. I feel like I don't know. I hate taking the experiments in the middle of the year like this, trying to, got to be stressful on Al Harris and Dan Quinn and, Joe Witt and all the guys just trying to figure out how to match up each and every game. Because as you guys brought into it, how are we going to cover? Maybe if we're out with the Bucks, do we got enough? Can Diggs actually cover Mike Evans? And then Bland being stuck on Godwin or whoever.
Would you entertain reversing that and doubling Evans and putting Diggs on Godwin?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
You just saw this game. Look, it was pick your poison, man. Dude, Evans went for 200 and Godwin went for 160.
That's true.
About it the other day. So, if these guys get rolling like that, I like your plan. I think it's good. I just don't know do you really want Diggs on the slot guy and being forced into a run situation because
that's a good point.
They're close.
Yeah, because Diggs is that risk taker. He will bite.
Yes, indeed, he will. So that part. I don't know. I mean, they move the guys around, but Mike Evans is pretty much outside all the time. I don't know. I don't know where I am on it. I think Nahshon Wright has gotten better. At first, he just looked green to me again. But now he's playing with a little bit of confidence, I think. Get a little bit in his blood and made a huge play. That's a big dude, man. 6'4".
He is.
Long. They like him. I know they like him. I've heard that specifically that they're really enthused about him because of his speed, his aggressiveness. But I don't know. Maybe Jerry will go ahead and try to find us a top-notch corner.
Going back, don't mean to change the subject, but going back to the offensive line moving around now.
Yep.
The center, being out. What's that going to look like now?
Well, didn't they just they started the window on Farniak today, didn't they? The 21-day window.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you do? Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think we should do. I'm saying let's put Tyron back at left
tackle. Yeah.
Jason Peters at right, Tyler at left guard, obviously Zach at right guard, and McGovern center.
That
McGovern
would seem
center.
to be the most efficient plan.
And then your backups have to be Josh Ball. And
Yeah, who else?
So what concerns me is the depth part. You get dinged
Yeah.
up, someone gets rolled up on, got to sit out. What do you do? Can Jason Peters play the whole game or not? Is he really ready for that? Does he have a condition? Does he even want to be in that type of condition to try to play, 50, 60 snaps?
Was there an update on Biotish? Is he going to be back for the playoffs?
Well, the update was that it wasn't as serious as they thought, but an ankle sprain.
Pass protect, it's going to be trouble. We're backing up.
It's just, I don't know. They'll do everything to try to get back. I think all the players are hungry. The coaches are hungry. I think they'll probably spend an extra time in the training room trying to get things lined up. But the problem is now, and you can continue to talk about the line. All right, we're going through this, but the problem now is we got to play this week just in case the Eagles lose. So you can't even really – before I was like, this might be a good chance to get a little bit of rest.
Mm-hmm. But
And
the NFL said, well, flex them.
The NFL came out with that schedule. They put both games at the same time, so there's no watching anything.
No.
So they got to play, right? It doesn't give you any chance to really back off and maybe play someone that shouldn't be in there.
I get the only way I guess you could hope is, they've already proven they can't hold a lead, but get a big lead in that first half and then start kind of filtering people out in the second half. But
who are the people that really need rest?
Micah.
Well, Micah.
They
can get him off the field if they want to, right?
Yeah.
I'd probably, Lawrence, Tyron.
You see him getting hurt and dinged up all the time. He hadn't stayed out of the game.
Yeah, but I mean,
Kirsch has been getting hurt. Seems like he's been, at least nicked up a little bit. Pollard, I guess he's going to be all right.
Yeah. I wonder if it was a precaution anyway. I don't know if that thigh injury was as serious as I thought it was.
And you know what's the most funny thing about this is through all the interceptions, whether they're Dak's fault or not, all the injuries, all the horrible at times play calling, this team is still averaging close to 38 points a game with Dak in that offense.
Yep.
That's just crazy.
I don't know why we feel like we're 7-9 versus 11-4. It's amazing how we pulled some games out, but
hey, that's part of it,
Yeah.
We only won by 3 points or whatever.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I'm going to start doing, I appreciate everyone who's listening to this or downloaded it. We do appreciate it. I got to get these guys on here a little bit more because you can tell they like talking about some football and some Cowboys stuff. Maybe we have to do some special stuff next season with us a little bit more as a fantasy group. But what I was going to say was, starting to do a little bit more film breakdown. I don't know if you guys saw me posting those or not. So I'm actually going to be doing that. And one of the series that I'm thinking I want to do is breaking down Dak's interceptions for people to see.
Oh, you're trying to get all the smoke.
Well, I already did it for my CBS show, and I looked at every single one of them at that time when he had 9 interceptions or 8. And there are some things that are very, very similar. Now, some of them were receivers' faults, but I'll tell you what will surprise you is what the coverages that give him the most problems. And it shows up a lot.
That zone?
And it is a zone. And they're disguising it and getting put on the snap. So I will kind of want to be able to break that down a little bit and kind of let everybody see what that looks like. Because some of the stuff they're doing is what I was taught a long, long time ago by Mike Zimmer as safeties on how you get them confused. What's up, Yusef? Thanks for jumping in, saying what's up, brother. We appreciate it. I don't know. Everybody just stay tuned for those. I think those would be kind of cool. We'll see. And once I learn how to do it all on the screen at some point in time, I'll get to that part, but I'm just not smart enough. I'm a simple old man, brother. I just try to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Just try to get it done.
Come on, man. You're not old.
No, that's true. 51 and going. I'm good. Okay. So what do you think about McCarthy? And you said if you got any questions, just type it in and we'll try to get it answered. What do you think about McCarthy? Does he get a pass? 2 12-game wins.
I have no problem with Mike McCarthy. I mean,
if we get bounced in the first round,
then I think you have to look at it. But
you do.
But it was also Mike McCarthy that got them through missing Dak for those 5 games. So.
Okay.
So we're not giving Kellen Moore any credit for that?
No. I'm just kidding, man.
I have mixed emotions on Kellen. I really do.
Yeah, as I do.
He has a great game plan coming in. Don't get me wrong, but when he starts trying to do some trick plays, the screens that never work. Third and over 20, going for the first down. The Jaguars game, what was that? Well, he did it again against the Titans game too, didn't he? Wasn't there a long third down and he went for the bomb? What are we doing?
So, okay, so then I'm gonna get my screen right here in a second. Hold on, I messed everybody up. All right, so he was talking about. I wanted to put this up here, because he says he got to get to the NFC game for
McCarthy
to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
You think that's all right?
So I think that's fair, but I also I may be in the minority on this, but I see a lot of people on Twitter, even just talking to random people. Got to go get Sean Payton. I'm sorry, but I'm not giving up draft capital for Sean Payton. That's just the way just not going to do it. So Mike McCarthy, I think, should have earned some respect by now. But, you got to look at if they do get bounced in that first round and it's not a close game, if they lose by a field goal, stuff happens. It's the NFL. But if it's a game like they played last year against San Francisco, that you really got to have a talk.
Well, so you saying it just got to be a win, or is it got to be like convincing? If we win by.
I don't care about a convincing win, just win.
Yeah, they got to win.
Okay.
Once you get to the playoffs, everyone's a good team. You're not gonna. I don't expect a blowout in a playoff game, and you're not blowing out Tom Brady if that's who you play the first game.
Well, that defense is still pretty good. You're going to run into some good teams. Like you said, and I think you just need to win it. I do think I will agree that I think if he loses in the first round, there's going to be a serious discussion about is he the guy or not. With Jerry, not just us fans out here screaming at him if we lose again. But
does the game have to be situational though? Does it have to be a loss that could have been avoided because of a coaching situation, or is it because of the player didn't do what he's supposed to do his job? You got to look at it that way too. It doesn't matter, does it? This is the NFL, not for long.
I don't care if you got hurt people.
Right.
If you win.
This is a business.
Old dude got fired from the Broncos.
True.
They had some hurt people, but Russell Wilson playing like trash.
Yeah, he was.
What happened to him?
Well, I don't know.
System?
That's what he actually. Now he played better this past game when the head coach was gone.
Yeah,
He did throw a couple touchdowns, but
So
I don't think.
what do you think, George? So I mean, you think it's NFC Championship game or gone or?
yes, I do. I think it's NFC Championship. I think Jerry thinks that we have enough talent that we should be competing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that Jerry would look at the injuries and be like, "Oh, okay, you get a pass this year because you didn't have everybody"?
No, because Jerry has been the most aggressive that he'd ever been in that trade period or trying to sign people and trying to get people off the street. T.Y. Hilton, bringing in these other defensive backs, whether or not they're good or not. What's the name? Mackenzie Alexander and others. I just feel like he's thinking, hey, someone's getting hurt. Let's go get someone. Let's just go find the person. Who do you know? George Edwards. That's why you keep getting all these Vikings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of guys they brought in, what about Jonathan Hankins? Is he going to be back for the playoffs?
He is supposed to be back.
Okay.
That'll be big.
Yeah.
That will be huge. I forgot that name.
I did too.
Thank you
Good
for
one.
that.
Good one, Lawrence.
Yeah, it is. You get a $5 holla for that one. Good. Okay. Well, if y'all think that he's safe, then okay. So then, once you give me a way too early kind of prediction on what this game looks like this weekend.
Woo.
I think our special teams is going to roll big for us. I think it's time for Turpin to break one.
Ooh.
He is. I'm gonna see him break one this Sunday.
He's on the verge. Yeah, I'm surprised he went to the Pro Bowl.
Yes and no. I mean, but who else was out there that really balled on special teams?
There have been a whole lot of return kicks that I saw.
No. I mean, he's had some bad situations where he was have great returns, and of course, the yellow flag will come out.
Right.
Yeah.
How much bonus money he got in his contract for a Pro Bowl deal? Because you put them incentives in there, and typically
That's right.
It's kind of one. I bet that probably was worth more than his whole contract.
That's probably was.
Who's quarterbacking for Washington Sun? Is he going to be Carson Wentz?
I don't think it's been announced yet, has it?
They can't keep benching this dude, can they?
They do.
I'd rather see Carson Wentz, though.
If you're telling me Carson Wentz is going to be the quarterback, then I feel like Dallas should win the game.
I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
They should be able to run the ball on us, right? Regardless of who the quarterback is.
Yes.
Well, Heineke can run, so that's what when we have a running quarterback, we usually have trouble on defense. For some reason, can't stop a good running quarterback. So Heineke is a better running quarterback than Wentz, obviously, in my opinion.
That's why I want to see Tampa Bay the first round.
Right.
I'd rather not have the threat. I'd rather try to go with Brady's arm than somebody else's feet and arm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We got about a few more minutes left, 10 minutes or so. So I want to ask you about college football. Butch, where are you from?
I'm in Knoxville. Tennessee.
Knoxville. Okay.
So I'm a big UT Vols fan.
So Knoxville or Lawrence, you said I remember where you said you were.
I'm in Detroit.
Detroit. Okay, so we got people from all over here. So who are your college teams then? You watch any college?
Florida State and Michigan.
Florida State?
And Michigan? I got two teams.
Well, he said, what are your teams? So I had two. And honestly, it's only Michigan because I live here, but I'm a Florida State guy.
All right.
Okay.
We'll back to that in a minute. What about you, Butch?
Volunteers all the way.
Tennessee,
I'm an ETSU grad, but I'm a Buccaneer at heart. But I'll follow the UT Vols.
All right. So, with these college playoffs, are you surprised, feeling good about the way the two how the championship game is going to be in a week? Having TCU Georgia.
TCU surprised me. They did. Georgia's just being Georgia. That's who they are. I was surprised that many points were scored against them, but I don't believe they're going to let that happen next week.
No. I think TCU's run is at an end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so you butt hurt when Michigan lost to them, or what were you saying when you were watching the game, Lawrence?
You know what? I see all these people talking about the referees. Look, Michigan blew that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you going to run a Philly special in the first, like right on the goal line, right in the beginning of the game, when you have a chance to really smack them in the mouth, but you want to run that play? No. So, yeah, there were some bad calls, but bad calls go in every game. Michigan blew that game. Harbaugh blew that game. So, no, butthurt. I'm mad that they lost, but nah. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of hate the old referee kind of deal because it doesn't matter. Whichever side you're on, the referees are bad one way or the other, whoever wins.
Yep. Well, and even so, the supposed touchdown that they overturned, well, there's a way to fix that. Score on the next play. Don't fumble. So, there's I don't believe in the whole referee thing.
I was admit though, I thought that was a touchdown.
Oh, it was easily a touchdown.
But, it's a touchdown.
But I don't know what they saw or what they need to start giving explanations. Like, say he fell short, but his butt and the ball was right on the line. Looked like.
George, you think they should add extra teams to the playoffs? Because I believe my Volunteers will definitely earn the right to be there.
Okay. I'm okay with the expansion of going to 12 or whatever they propose we're going to do in the next 2 years. I did see some comments, though, and I do agree with this, too, that I think that first round stuff going to end up having some blowouts in it.
True.
We're going to get some people in there, but you're still going to have the cream. Everybody's going to rise to the top, and in the final, you're still going to have the best 4, maybe 5 or so.
Right.
It's a money grab, as it always is.
True.
Well, so yeah, I'm okay with it because it's always one more. Well, the 5th place, Bama, okay, we could have got in. Tennessee, good enough because they got in. I don't know how far you go down. What's the right number? To me, I was like, just go ahead and just make all the bowl games worth something. That's what
right.
Right. Just make all the bowl games worth something. Start early. I know it's a long season. You got to work through how that kind of work, but get 16 teams in and use the coaches poll. Then you can have the UCFs and the Tulanes and the whoever in there, and they think they're good enough to come on in here and get real fast and go about your business. And you keep guys playing. You don't get them,
opting out. Right.
It makes bowl season.
Well, and you know what? And that's a good call. I would change this whole portal thing. People transferring before a bowl game. Like, how is that even? I don't even know how. First of all, you would say, "Okay, sorry guys, but I'm going to transfer, and you guys can play without me."
And then you can go play with somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, how hard is that for you not to think, hey, you can't transfer through the season like over after all the
right.
bowl, your bowl, whatever. Then you can leave. If you don't want to play, okay, you can opt out of not playing, but you can't leave and just go jump in and help somebody else win.
Yeah, that's asinine.
Yes.
Stupid.
College football is broken.
It is, and I'm still learning a lot about this NIL stuff versus collectives. I didn't even understand the collectives part. I don't even know if you've heard that word or not.
No, I haven't.
Most people don't, but yeah, I wanted to look it up because it's kind of it's so the money that the university can actually pay them are the collectives. That's for me to put it. The NIL stuff is the money that companies can pay.
Right.
So they're working kind of 2 angles, universities. Hey, we need businesses, sponsors to do this, but if we don't have any, I need to be able to guarantee every lineman $25,000 or whatever it's going to be, so I need to raise money
Well, that shouldn't be hard. We was able to do that before the NIL and collect us. Something was never spoken of.
Right.
Oh, even when I was in school, I seen it in front of my very front of my eyes. We had a good running back by the name of Jerry Butler back in 1981 from Atlanta, and he would come to the coach's office, call him in there, and he'll say, "Hey, wait here for a minute. We'll come back out. We're jumping into this 280Z, going to go get some beer or something because he basically got us some cash, Yeah. So yeah, it was there.
No, ain't nothing changed. You're right.
Yeah.
Just make
free apartment, everything.
I mean, it just the amount of money that the guys have now, and then the per diems and different things they get it's a lot different.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them. I just hope guys are doing well with their money and not barbecuing it all up.
That's what we did in the 80s. It wasn't that much money, but that we at least got to get to eat very well.
Oh man, I ran into some extra cash. I was gonna have me a nice barbecue. Didn't even know how to grill at the time. I was
That's
trying
right.
to get that thing lit.
Yep.
Like I knew what was going on. I probably wasted so much food.
Oh, we ate good.
Okay, so who y'all taking? Who are you picking? TCU or Georgia to win it?
I got Georgia.
I got Georgia.
Oh, okay. TCU said y'all slipping on them now.
I got on the SEC. SEC is the way to go.
Georgia too. I'll take it now. I did think Michigan was going to beat TCU, but I don't know that Max Duggan. He's pretty good, man. He's figuring out a way to make some things happen. In the way Ohio State kind of went through Georgia's defense, that was kind of shocking. So I'm sure TCU is looking at it saying, well, we got some of that talent too, because they're pretty fast. But
They're definitely fast.
Yeah.
But I mean, even Duggan, his completion percentage in that Michigan game was barely 50%. So, I mean, I don't know. It was a perfect storm for them against Michigan. I think that ends abruptly against Georgia.
So you think it's a blowout, or you think
I think it's going to be a blowout, maybe by 17 or more.
Ooh,
that's a big one.
Yep.
What's the line? Anybody looked at what does Vegas say?
Let's find out.
6 points. If I had to guess, Georgia by 6.5. If I had to guess,
Georgia is favored by 13.5.
13.
Wow.
Well, okay. Well, there you have it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys jumping on and holler at me for a little while. I want to get to this game here, this Bengals game, and Bill. Who you guys got this tonight's game? Bengals and the Bills. I don't know what.
Bengals playing at home, I believe.
Okay.
Wow.
I know it's a pretty damn good game, bro.
So what's the? I didn't really look in deep, and so what's their advantage?
They're like. This is basically, I think the playoff picture. The Bills are they're currently the 1 seed, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
If they lose, then either them or either
Kansas
City or the Bengals jump into 2.
So it is a meaningful game. So, I'll take the Bengals tonight. They're at home. I'll give them the home advantage.
You know what? I think I'm rolling with the Bengals too.
Burrow's hot.
Jamar Chase is a beast.
He is. So is Diggs.
Yep.
Both got good running backs.
T. Higgins could be huge.
T. Higgins. You rather have T. Higgins over Gabriel Davis or whoever number 2 wideout is?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get you guys. I'm going to so we got something to talk about later on. I can tweet a little bit because I'm going to go ahead and take the Bills, and I put some messages in our group chat as well. But I appreciate this, man. I look forward to another great year. Y'all don't be strangers just because we ain't playing fantasy football.
Okay.
Hey, absolutely, man. It's always good talking to you.
And now that Butcher's a Tennessee fan, I should have been saying something all year long about that. Since I'm
well, I've been kind of throwing excerpts at you during the Alabama. I don't know, but I noticed you didn't respond. I said he's probably still angered about that Tennessee.
I know. No, man, that point time. That was a good game, man.
It was, man. It was crazy.
It was a heck of a football game.
I was hoping you was coming in town because I was going to treat you out.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll remember
next time we'll do that.
Yep. And then the Michigan, I got to say, if you didn't know, Lord, I wanted to go to Michigan. I know you said that's not your number one. Florida State is, but I did actually want to play for Michigan, but they didn't offer me a scholarship. That was the one. My coach said, "Hey, where do you want to go? I'll call whoever you want." I said, "Man, call Michigan." I was born in Michigan. I didn't have no real ties there. My dad was military there, but I love Bo Schembechler. I love the Wolverine. That was like my superhero kind of dude. And I was like, man, I want to go up there. They had a good engineering program. Everything just kind of fit. Mm-hmm. And coach said, hey, man, they're not going to offer you. I said, okay, then. Peace.
Yeah, that's their loss. Their loss.
So there it is. So you guys enjoy your night, man, and we'll keep this up. We'll keep talking and find a way to make some side bets in basketball season or something.
Remind me to tell you about the Johnny Major story I had in my recruiting years.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, okay.
I got a good one for you.
All right. Well, we'll get on. Maybe we just get on a regular podcast. You can come tell us about. We can have just good chat.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later, man.
All right, guys. Take care now.
All right. Peace out.